Goldylocks Productions broadcasts universal cosmic frequencies that unlock, awaken, and expand the consciousness of our worldwide viewers and listeners.
Enjoy this presentation of the Jimmy Mack Healing Show.
Renowned medical, intuitive, and spiritual life coach. Visit www.jimmymackhealing.com.
Strap yourself in, because we're set up, switched on, and ready to go.
Hey everybody, Jimmy Mack coming to you live. Another show, 4 p.m. Eastern. Thrilled you're here. If you haven't already signed up for our newsletter, visit jimmymackhealing.com and you can get in on that too. We do have a great launch going on right now in the audio MP3s, so definitely look into that for the next 12 days of Christmas, as they say. And we've had a lot of stuff going on. So a never-ending saga, of course. I'll also be on the show Wednesday, 2 p.m. I'm asking Spirit. Okay, thank you. It's Charlotte Spicer's show. And that's a blog talk show. So if you don't have the link for that, you could email us, info@jimmymackhealing.com. It is going out in the newsletter. It was in last week's newsletter as well. And that will be a good show as well. We're going to take a bunch of callers on that and do some healings and whatnot. So anything we can do to help y'all, let us know. Reach out, email us, let us know how you're doing. And so we're glad to see you today. First, for us at least, the first Tuesday of every month. We have Joanne Psychic Leo here. Psychic Joanne Leo, I should say. We've known each other for forever. And she's really great at numerology and astrology and life coaching and, of course, readings from the heart, card readings, a bunch of different cards and whatnot as well. So we're happy to have her on board, and we'll do as many readings and healings as we can. Hey, Joanne, how are you?
I'm great, Jimmy. Good to see you all.
Good to be seen. I'm laughing because my little kitty cats ignore me all day, but now she's going to play around and knock everything over. So isn't that the energy of what's going on? Didn't we have a full moon like yesterday anyway?
Yes, we did. And it's pretty special because I believe it's Gemini. Mm-hmm. And, psychically, I channel everything. So, but that's really going to be about really getting in tune with oneself and what's around them and their environment. But
wow.
From a numerology standpoint, let's talk about December.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first of all, let me just say that the universal year that we've been through in 2020 is a universal 4. And so, we all probably think, oh, dear God, I hope I don't want to repeat this year. And it's been absolutely crazy. And
yeah, 2020 feels like 5 years, that. So it's
But what I'm saying that it's all about foundation and structure. Mm-hmm. So if the foundation needs to be shored up, that's exactly what we've been going through. And it has to do with structure, and it has to do with organization. So if things need to be reorganized, it usually happens in a 4-year. And that could be on a personal level as well as a universal level as well. So when I get into December and we're in a 4-year, this is going to be about law and order. And this is going to have to do something with contracts, paperwork, something to do, probably legal stuff. But it's also, it's more of what's right, what's wrong, what's up, what's down has got to be addressed. And so because it's a 7-month, and a 7-month always stands for courts, always, or contracts or anything legal. I think I'm not opinionated whatsoever, so things will the I's will have to be dotted and the T's will need to be crossed, and some papers will be torn up and some will be reevaluated, and that's what happens in a 7 month.
Got it.
And this is also too think about charge cards. People are buying Christmas presents. So 7 represents paper, contracts, purchases, all those kind of things.
That's a good way of putting it too. Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely. Hey, what's the best? I know she'll put the website up there, but you're okay with email and texting too, right? For folks, for
Absolutely.
clients. Okay.
Right. And
Yeah,
if they
that's the website there. But also, why don't you give them your phone number and email address as well?
my phone number is 727-743-3400. And my email address is psychic, and it's Joanne, Joanne, Leo, at gmail.com.
Gmail. Got it. All right.
But I think what's real interesting here is that everybody's birthday and their birth chart moves. So every year you go through a whole new cycle. Every month, every week, you go through a new cycle. So when people call me for readings, I'm going to look at by the year, by the week, by the month, because it's very predictive.
Yeah.
Along with, if they do their chart, it's their blueprint of their soul. So when they want to understand what makes them tick and what their strengths are, or what they really karmically came here to do, that's great. And also, I've been doing a lot of families, and there's a lot of karmic connections when you do family charts. And it really helps parents with children to guide them in some areas that's in their charts.
I agree with that. Yeah. And better still, you'd want to know if your son or daughter really has a propensity more towards science or math or history or reading or whatever. And so a lot of that can come out even during the numerology and astrology piece,
Oh, it's right in the chart.
Because if they're geared more towards liberal arts and writing, and they need to be a professor, you sure don't want to, keep hammering them into math and numbers and be a stockbroker, And I know certainly in my case, my father dragged me from one thing to the other, and so, but I didn't know at the time what I should do, So I'm telling you, that's a great thing, and just to figure these things out ahead of time will save everyone, and especially the parents and the child, a lot of grief and heartache. So,
Well, all my charts are download from heaven because now I channel them. I have my master's in doing it by the book, but that all changed in 2007. And I love hearing when people say, boy, you described me exactly, or, you hit the nail on the head, or you got me, or whatever.
Sure.
It's only because I'm connected to their soul, and I want to give them the best that I possibly can.
Got it. Well, we're going to grab some callers here, or people writing in, and we'll see what we can stir up for them. The first one is Anna.
I also brought my
spirit animal cards. I love it. All right, we'll see what Anna D's question is. Anna D, I'd love a reading concerning career, finance, birth date of November 8th, 1959. Undecided if I should.
I'm sorry, Jimmy. The volume went down a little bit because somebody tried calling me, which is crazy. So can you say it again?
Sure. November 8th, 1959.
And the first name?
Yeah, the first name is Anna, A-N-N-A. And she's wondering if she should continue training for All-American Income. Thank you very much. Love and hugs. Or concerning career, finance, that sort of thing. And what she should do. Mm-hmm.
Well, this was a 5 years, so I think there's a lot of things that she's got on her plate or making decisions, more than one thing here. But I feel like October, November, and December is really where she really needs to focus on the directions that she's going to take.
It's fading in and out.
January, real quick here.
Yeah, it's fading in and out, Joanne. So you might want to adjust your mic.
It's not that I can
adjust the mic
because it's not letting me do that. I might have to go out and come in after I finish Anna's reading. That's what I'll do.
Okay. Well, it's sounding great.
But
right
anyway, back to Anna here. When we get into 2021, which is, we're going to get into January, that's where I really feel like any work, financial stuff is going to be in the work starting in January. And you're going to start seeing a lot of changes. And I do feel that there's a decision to be made in April, May, and June that may impact, and I'm sure it's going to be the financial aspect, and it will definitely be through a job situation. So it looks really, really good for you in 2021. I just want you to do all your physical exams in 2021, your female exam, and also your general physical work. Okay, Jim, I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Again, okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Perfect. Yeah, because it's spotty coming in and out.
All right.
All right, honey. And she'll join us in just a second there, folks. She's going to readjust the camera and the sound and come back in the room, and we'll be back underway, and then we'll take Linda's call. And if there is a problem, Anna D, always reach out as far as the physical or any issues go. Hey, that's a lot better.
Yeah, very much better.
That's perfect. Okay, good. And we can hear you and everything. Linda is next. We'll see what Linda is wondering. She is December 4th, 1950. It's Linda Lacus. She'd love a message if anything comes through. Hey, I bet something will, Linda.
Oh, yeah. Well, definitely this year's been a balancing act and patience. Also, too, I want you to work on, and I would venture to say, Linda, you have to let Jimmy know or text him or whatever. But if you're picky, you got to start really working on turning that around and giving yourself love compliments and pats on the back and become a little bit more of a cheerleader for yourself. You're in a really great cycle that you just finished the summer, and now it's more of getting into, believe it or not, family responsibility. I don't know if you're planning a gathering or whatever, or you're going to a gathering, but I really think that it's time that we take the precautions, wash our hands and be mindful and all that kind of good stuff. But I definitely feel that this Christmas, we really need to get back to being together. I get that very strongly. Whether it's your friends or whether it's your family or friends that become family, like Jimmy, I love him like a brother. I've known him 30 years.
Forever, yeah.
Those are the people that you hold close to your heart, whether they're blood related or God brings them to you. Okay. So I really feel really good about that. Let's see where you're going to be. Oh, and 2021 is going to be happy-go-lucky, much more cheerful. I definitely buy lottery tickets in 2021. It's just going to be a lot more lighter for you. And I want you to get excited about that.
I'm going to claim that one. Jill is next. Hey, Jill. All right. Oh, it says Roy. Never mind. Roy Andrew Hayden. Hello. I'd love a reading. Oh, it does say Jill in here somewhere. 0822. It looks like 1963. So August 22nd. Oh, she's on her husband's Facebook. That's the reason why.
Okay.
All right. So for Jill, there you go. August of 22. It looks like 1063, but I think she's trying to say 1963.
Well, when I get into this year here, and this is a year of, like, if you can visualize a humongous scale, and it's weighing out people, places, and things and situations. And I really encourage people, when I get this vision, is you've got to start getting into the mindset, good for me, not good for me, healthy for me, not healthy for me. There are sometimes people, places, and things that are not healthy for us. Mm-hmm. And there are some people, places, and things that are really great for us. So you have to embrace the good and negate the negative. Very important. It's kind of like you can't go through life with rose-colored glasses on and expect everything to be that pretty. Everything's just beautiful and balanced or whatever. That's just not reality. Okay. And I really feel like going into next year is going to be much more where you get your own power. But I would recommend working on heart thoughts. I don't know if you know about it, Jimmy, but I recommend that book with my soul coaching. It's by Louise Hay. And I like to start it with my day with coffee, or if I get a break in the afternoon, I'll flip to a page or two just to get an uplifting message or some wisdom that I need to know. And
Sure.
that's serendipity, and that's how spirit works. So I would definitely get into heart thoughts, Jill. And I definitely feel like October, November, and December is going to be emotional, but yet also, too, I feel that there's definitely some balance that will take place, whether it's your inner peace or the outer peace, one of the two. Okay. So we have to, it's like my chiropractor said, you got to walk with authority, he said. So you have to step into authority, but you also have to know that God is your source. With God, all things are possible. That's my motto.
Love it. Well said. All right. Rosemary is next. All right.
Rosemary.
Here we go. Rosemary is December 5th of 1972. Any messages? Hi, Jimmy and Joanne. Hi to Lily. Yeah, she's over here tearing up everything. Been sleeping all day and wound up from my show. It's funny.
Does she
December 5th.
Does she get active at nighttime?
She's not too bad. We take cat naps together in the afternoon, and she's not too bad at night. So, but I will say, you can really laugh. She's a retriever, Joanne. You don't see that too often in cats. And she woke me up the other night. She likes to retrieve this weird little ring thing. And I woke up and I'm like, what in the world? And she was standing right next to me, and she dropped it on my face. And it was like 2 a.m. It's like, get up and let's play catch, So. So funny. What a character. We're glad you wrote in, Rosemary. We'll see what she has to say.
Well, one thing even from your name that I'm picking up too is that, you might, if you've listened to me before on Jimmy's shows, first of all, I know you're super sensitive and I know you're intuitive, but because you may be too over emotional, okay, or too sensitive, that you'll turn that inner gut knowledge off. But I also know that you have to learn to express your feelings. If somebody steps on your toe, you must learn to say ouch. My suggestion is to also learn to speak in I statements would be very important for you, Rosemary. When that happened, I was disappointed. When that was said, I was embarrassed. There's no fight with I. If we want to do you, we're gonna, you did this and you did that, boy. We're gonna put our dukes up and we're gonna fight. But as far as what's going on this year, it's scattered energy, things, and that's not abnormal. Now, come on, I froze.
Nah, we see you.
Okay,
it's fine.
Okay, so it's kind of like. You can't, you got this going and you got that going, and then we got these crazy rules and regulations, and you can do this and you can't do that. You can't internalize that, Rosemary, because you're so sensitive that it's going to affect you more than the average bear. But as far as what's going on in October, November, and December for you, is to make some decisions and weigh things out. And I highly encourage you on a soul level, without guilt and fear, because those are terrible companions. They will definitely don't get into guilt and fear, because it will get you stuck like you're in quicksand. So there will be some decisions to make, and I want you to do them good for me, not good for me, healthy for me, not healthy for me, with no guilt. You have to do something wrong in order to feel guilty. So if you haven't committed murder, robbed a bank, or took a little old lady and beat the living heck out of her, move on. Don't waste your energy.
Yeah. A lot of stuff we got to let go. Carol is next. Hi, Carol. We'll see what Carol has to allow. Hello, can you send energy to my right knee? Yes. Also, any information on finances? January 9th is her birthday. It's Carol, and it's January 9th, Joanne. And I'm going to work on your knee right now, Carol.
Well, I think there's some emotional stuff going on here, Carol, and it's hard because you'll have to let Jimmy know. But I really feel like this is a time for things that are about to change, but I really feel like you've got to pick the good ones and the healthy ones. So this is kind of like you're in a cycle right now of really, analyzing people, places, and things. If good for me, this is a keeper. This I'm going to think about, and this is trash. So you really need to go through that cycle, because I just think a lot of things have piled up this year, and it can be overwhelming. But by the same token, too, I feel like when you move into January, which around your birthday time, it's going to be a lot smoother for you, because you're going to be in a 6-year. And that's funny, because she's got the exact same numbers as, who did I have here? Anna. And that's going to be a lot lighter. It's going to have to do with either a work or a business situation or investing. So, and there'll be family responsibility too. So there'll be either weddings, baptisms, something of gatherings that I feel will be taking place in 2021.
Nice. And I love MSM. So if you email me, I'll send you the link of where I would get that for your knee. If you want to, you can even go to Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, glucosamine chondroitin with MSM. And that's going to really help your knee. 9 out of 10 people, it isn't bone, muscle, ligament, tendon, it's joint pain. And I mean, 9 out of 10 people I see. So bizarre. There's my email address. So I'd get some MSM as well. We just worked on an energetic level, of course, and a spiritual level. But you might want to pick some of that up, simply because it'll act like a lube oil filter for your joints and your knee. Daria is next.
I want to add, Jimmy, too. MSM helped my fibromyalgia because it's soft tissue.
Yeah, that's interesting.
MSM is great. Okay,
Love that.
I'm sorry. We got Gloria. Did you say
Sorry.
Gloria?
Nope, Daria.
Daria.
M-A-C-E. Her birth date is 4/24/72. And I'm not going to go through general health right now, Daria, because it would take too long to scan your whole body and tell you what's wrong. Discomfort on the left side of my rib cage. Yeah, we've spoken about that before. I do remember. It's inflammation more than anything. I don't get muscle, thing, or organ. I certainly would go get checked out, though, if you're having left side pain on the rib cage. And I know you've written in about that before. So I wouldn't let that linger. I'd definitely get checked out by a physician. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just letting you know. We had a client today, very interesting, and she probably had appendicitis. And so one of my practitioners worked on her, and all the pain went away. And I said, so what? Go get checked out. Just because all the pain went away doesn't mean you don't need to get your appendix taken out. You might have high fevers and, nausea. How long will the healing last? I don't know. 12 hours, 24. So, get checked out for that for sure.
Right.
All right. And her date of birth, Joanne, is April 24th, 1972.
Okay. There we go. Okay. Again, makes me nuts here. April 24th, right? Well,
Correct.
Daria, what I get with you too is that, of course, you're very sensitive. So if you've got anything physical going on, it's going to be exacerbated. Okay. Mm-hmm. Number one. Number two, I want you to, and I agree with Jimmy that you need to work on your health. And I really feel like you need a workup too. I don't know if you have a cardiologist or whatever, but I think you should get an echo and a stress test and get, a full blood workup is what I feel here. Now, I don't know. Jimmy can test this. Jimmy, is it gallbladder or is it?
I don't get it. I don't get any organ at all. I think you got a rib out of place right now. It isn't even the front. It's out of place in the back.
Okay.
I would at least go see a chiropractor with a clicker activator, somebody that does muscle testing, apply kinesiology where they're pressing up and down on your arm. That's going to be highly accurate, and I believe that'll help you. But, when you start experiencing things like that, I certainly would rule out everything else first. So just saying.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I definitely feel like there's something that's definitely, I agree with you that it should be something with the medical arts here, because in the cycle that she's in here, acupuncture, chiropractic comes with the number that she's experiencing here. I'm just a big believer that, it doesn't hurt to get the full checkup to make sure of anything that has to do with the chest when I deal with your chart. So I definitely could be something that is,
we're not trying to freak you out either, but I sure want to be cautious and all that.
Exactly.
Sure. Yeah. Kim Q is next. I tell everybody I'm not a physician, I'm a metaphysician. So you break water or break your arm, got rebar hanging out of your shoulder, go to the hospital.
Exactly.
So here we go. Here's Kim. Hi, Jimmy. I'm having super dry skin issues. Can you give me some insights? And Joanne, my birthday is 5/8 of 69. That's May 8th of 1969. Skin always relates to liver, Kim. So the more hydrated you could be, the better. When I ask if you're dehydrated, it's no. It's also about this time of year. It is a weird time of year. I've been having some little dry skin myself, so I don't think that it's anything to worry about. So especially as we get more into holiday season, everything's going to be super dried out.
Right. Yeah, I definitely feel like it's definitely the season to moisturize. This is a real good cycle for you, Kim. This is a time for you to get those. Well, I don't know if you're doing Christmas cards or whatever, though, but you're in a cycle of having fun, a little bit lighter feeling. I definitely think you should get together with friends or family during this Christmas season, holiday season. And also, too, this is a time for you to, if you're in a work situation, some things need to be addressed either in writing or a conversation. So I don't know if this is a conversation that you've been delaying having, or if there's going to be like what do they call that? Your yearly evaluation or whatever. But I feel
review. Your review.
and it's positive too. So, usually, and I was the manager, so they're always going to throw something in there for you to work on anyway. So, but the majority of it is very positive.
Love it. Thanks, Kim. Lulu is next. Let's see what's going on with Lulu. Lulu Robles, February 12th, 1965. That's 2/12. 1965.
Okay. So let's see. Well, this is kind of interesting because this has not been an easy rodeo, but it's that you're in that 18-month cycle that I talk about a lot. And it's really kind of like retooling, reinventing yourself. And you'll be out of it. Let's see, February, you went into it in February. So I've got February. So I would say by August, it'll be a great chance for you to, it's kind of like going up into an attic. What are the keepers? What are the treasures? What do I need to get rid of? And what is the pile that I need to think about to see if it's good for me, not good for me, healthy for me? Not healthy for me. It's not an easy cycle. So you got to keep your spirits up. Definitely do some positive thinking. Even if you have to get onto some audio, Jimmy's got great MP3s. I highly recommend them to most of my clients to get on Jimmy's website or to call him and work with him. If it's a physical thing, he's my go-to guy. So, but I do feel this is more of you clearing the decks and keeping the treasures in people, places, and things in your life. But it's definitely changes. And let's see here. Let me go one step further. I don't know if there's a job situation or whatever that's on your last nerve, or if it's something to have to do with your home. Usually when you're in this cycle and it's a karmic number, it has something to do either with work or home because it's a 4 energy.
It's home.
Okay, it's home. Thank you. So if there's something that's been neglected or, needs attention, you need to jump on it before.
And we love the name Lulu because my mother used to always come back from the Commonwealth of Virginia every summer. And when she came home, she'd say, Lulu's back in town. You love that? That makes me laugh. So we love you, Lulu. That is my mother waving hello.
Well, hello. Yes, hello.
That's a pretty rare name. Aaron is next. Hi, Aaron. All right, Aaron Jensen, I would love a message. 11/26/1984, Joanne. That is November 26th.
Wow, Aaron, you got some powerful master numbers in that birthday, honey. Whoa.
Love that.
Yeah. You should really get your chart done. She was a healer 2 times in her last life. Let's see. So we got a 7, 37, and a 1. So this has been a crazy year for all of us, but the people that have the year that you're in right now makes it even a little bit nutsier. You just can't you can't take anything to heart or let it emotionally discombobble you, okay? I feel like there's, it's kind of like a healing energy or whatever. Whether you have to do some meditation or to calm your spirits down, because it's almost like nervous energy or, and it's pretty common for what's been going on in this year. But this has to do with you internally. So if you're going through an emotional, personal situation, I definitely think that you need to really start making a list of what you deserve. And it has to be written because there's power from your hand to your brain. So it's not, you just can't just spit it out and think it's, okay, I got that off my chest. It has to be written, what you deserve. And don't put any boundaries on it. I mean, if we have boo-boos, then we can overcome them when we reinvent or retool ourselves. And Jimmy and I both work on that. He's a spiritual life coach. I'm a soul life coach because I work with the soul. So I definitely think that this is a time for you to be grounded a little bit and not take everything to heart. When you get into next year, it's going to be much smoother. You'll have a better handle on things. And I really feel like there's definitely a work situation that decisions will be made and you'll make the right decision. I truly believe that. And also, if you're in a relationship, there will be some relationship issues to work on that you need to get back to your list of what you deserve. Okay?
Got it. Shantae is next. All right, Miss Shantae. Hi, my name is Shantae. 0303 of 74. That's March 3rd of 1974. Is there light at the end of the tunnel? I'm in, and I know what that is, a mushroom.
Yes.
She feels like she's in the dark and getting pooped on, Joanne.
Oh, Shantae, I totally understand.
March 3rd.
Because your baseline number is a 333, which makes you super sensitive, But here's the thing, that if I was working, I haven't got your whole chart, but and because it's your blueprint, that could really help you straighten yourself out. But as far as your birth date goes, you cannot have scattered energy, have this going here, and nothing gets resolved.
But is that
And
a
that's
Pisces thing, Joanne, generally?
I don't know. I don't get into the astrology as much as I get into the numbers.
Numerology. Got it.
Because you can't get away from me with the numbers. And so right now you need to set some goals here. We need to define exactly what, if it's emotional, mental, issues. Well, first of all, spirituality can help all those areas. But I really truly feel that if you can't talk a game and not follow through. Okay. The bottom line is that you must follow through. So you just came out of a year and a half of up and down, in and out. And, it's like you're saying, okay, now what? Well, now what is that you're on a brand new 8-year cycle. So let's make it positive, and I work with this day in and day out. So I really feel like you need to set some new goals. I definitely highly recommend Heart Thoughts, so that you get your head out of your tushy and get into some powerful reinventing of yourself here on this new cycle that you're doing. And I feel that you're ready for the changes. I just think you're frustrated and you got a lot of nervous energy. And when you're nervous or you're fearful, it blocks you making the right choices. Okay. So again, as I have said before to many of my clients, you have to ask yourself, is this good for me? Not good for me? Healthy for me? Not healthy for me? You need to learn to become your own best friend. Stop worrying about what other people think of you. That's really irrelevant, really. Either they're going to love you for who you are and accept you for who you are, and you're a work in progress. I'm a work in progress. I'm 73 and I'm still working on myself. So I wish you the best. You're in a brand new cycle. Let's make it good. And if you need to look at your whole blueprint, if you have some karmic lessons, I'll find that out when I do your chart.
Reach out. Yeah. And I love Pisces, by the way. I'm not making fun of you, Shantae, and I got Pisces in my chart too. So awesome. Samir is next. Samir wants a message. What a shock, Joanne. Thank God you're here. November 27th, 1970. That is 1/1/27, 1970.
Okay. Well, I'd say the summer was a little uneasy. But by October, November, and December, I really feel like things are, you've had to come to the right answers. Okay. I don't know if there's family drama or there's a relationship drama, but you need to come to a positive conclusion. And that gets back down to, is it good for me? Not good for me? Healthy for me? Not healthy for me? And Jimmy's heard me say this for years about a non-negotiable list, because we all have boo-boos or lessons that we've learned or disappointments we've come through. And if we don't think about what the lesson was, we're just going to do Groundhog Day. Okay? You're going to have Groundhog Day over and over again until you get clear. What was my lesson? It's kind of like a book. You read a book, you go through the chapter, you have an idea of the scenery or maybe a character or two. Same thing with your life. Okay, there's something to learn from each and every chapter of your life, so that if it's a boo-boo, then let's work on it. Let's fix it. Let's get with the program. Let's not just put it on a shelf and then we move forward, but it comes up through other people, places, and things. And that's what I do, is that we look at your blueprint that you made when you were up in heaven. And everybody does that before they come down here for this earthly experience. And when you understand your blueprint, you'll understand how to navigate better in your life.
And Samir, you're really close to my oldest son's birthday, Sagittarius, and my joke for them is they're either worker or non-worker, and you're a hard worker, they're saying, so you're non-stop like me, and just always, A, B, E, I guess it is, or A, B, C, always be creating. So you're going to be fine no matter what. Beth is next. Hi, Beth. Beth Hall, any advice for retirement planning for 7, that's July 2023. I'd love to retire earlier. Also currently training for a healthy practice. Currently training for a healthy practice. I'm not sure what that is. Her date of birth is July 6th, 1961.
Okay.
So that's 7/6/1961. It's Beth.
Well, financially, I think that you've done the right thing to plan, because this is big change, when we retire. But I look at it as I'm going to make a list of everything that I wanted to do, but I couldn't do because I was working. So I want you to spend some time journaling or making a list of all the things that over the years while you were working and doing all your responsibility stuff, what would I do? Because it's important to plan the next chapters. Okay. Financially, I feel that you're in a good spot. You're ready to pull up stakes. I can see that. October, November, and December, I see you being happier and clicking your heels. And this is really exciting. So I think you're in an excellent cycle. Next year is going to be, kind of reevaluating of where what I'm going to do in the next year and a half. And that's part of the change with retirement. Jimmy and I both have been in corporate jobs, okay? And we never stopped working, but yet by the same token, we stopped our corporate grind, okay? But you have to make plans. You have to set goals, because when you worked, you were on that routine, getting up, getting dressed, going to work, doing your job, and all that kind of stuff. So now you got to make the plan for what's the next chapter of your life.
And she's talking about having a healing practice and whatnot too. I'm reading between the lines of what she's talking about, and she's looking for that to take off by the time she retires. So
I would not start.
You need a really long runway. I can tell you that, to take off. So.
Well, I'm going to tell you with her numbers to not start a healing practice until 2022, not 2021. I don't want her to start in a 9-year. She's going to be in a 9-year, and that's not a beginning. That's wrapping things up. Got it.
Yeah, and she's going to be studying through that time anyway. So we have an online course too for those that want to take that. Everybody can sign up for the mastery certification. We even have practitioner training at higher level. So look for that on the website. Carrie is next. Hi, Carrie. All right. I apologize, Lena. The print is so small. It's funny. Hi, Jimmy and Joanne. Carrie here. January 9th, 1973. What insights do you see, Joanne? Please,
is Carrie with a C or a K?
Carrie, and it's January 9th, 1973.
Well, I can tell you, Carrie, that you were a highly spiritual person in a previous lifetime, 3 lifetimes, by the way. And in this lifetime, I don't know if you're in the healthcare field or if you're doing teaching of some sort, but you're very sensitive, and you have to just be careful not taking on other people's stuff, so that you're just not the constant fixer. As far as what's going on this year, this has been a year of you being the magic word, flexible. And I think that's been the hardest thing for most of us that have a routine, is what we've gone through in 2020, is that we weren't in full throttle control on our day-to-day stuff. And so that was a little disconcerting. I think that there's some things that you need to come to terms with in October, November, and December, and I feel it's more on the emotional level. So again, as I have said to many, is that what we need to do is we need to good for me, good, not good for me, healthy for me, not healthy for me. What do you get, Jim?
Yeah, I mean, that's about the same thing you're talking about right there. Good for me, not good for me. Health is a factor too for her, so look into that too. When I ask about eating clean and all that, it's pretty terribly weak. So look into perhaps eating a little bit better, certainly after the holidays. Diet and exercise comes through. So look into that as well, Carrie. Ruth is next. I love a good Ruth. That was my mama's name. I love it. All right. Yep. Ruth Saltzman, and that's 4/4 of 63, Joanne.
4/4 1963.
April 4th. Yep, 1963. Any messages would be appreciated.
Well, it's real interesting because universal year, and her birthday's 4/4, which I think is kind of interesting. Right now, October, November, December. So we're almost done with. Well, we're into December, so it's all about making decisions. If you're going to purchase anything or do anything with a contract of some sort, you really need to look at the fine print. On a personal level, you need to be a little bit more gentler with yourself, not questioning or being put on the back burner with your feelings to make other people happy. I think that this is something for you. It's like a big scale here, and you have to really weigh out if it's positive, negative, good for me, not good for me, healthy for me, not healthy for me. It has to do with, hold on a second here. It has to do with your inner goals or what you truly want. And if it's an emotional situation, then you need to be honest with yourself because of your birthday, because you're a very highly organized person. You're not a person that I throw a surprise party for, I could tell you that, because it's got to be in your planner. So, I would really look at what makes me happy, what makes me sad, glad, all that kind of good stuff. But don't take the word, and I want everybody to kind of consider this. The two words that I want out of the dictionary is narcissist and selfish. Because anybody who has a good sense of self gets thrown into a narcissistic category. Okay? And a lot of people, because they feel they have to do something for everybody, or they have to be the bigger person, because in their back of their mind, they think it would be selfish if they did that. See, selfish needs to be eliminated from our vocabulary. On a spiritual level, there's nothing selfish about loving yourself, forgiving yourself, and accepting yourself.
Got it.
So I say go forward, weigh things out. Don't be afraid to make a decision. Don't be afraid to say no. There's a lot of ways to say no. Not at this time. Let me take a rain check. Okay? No means no.
And your name is Ruth.
Stop letting people put you in a category to say yes.
Daughter of God, and my mother would tell you no is a one-word sentence. So there you go. Matthew is next. All right, Matthew Bonner. It's 12/14/73, Joanne. That's December 14th, Matthew.
Well, this year has been because it's kind of like, not only did you have to be flexible, but it's like you've got a couple things on the
It's fading in and out, Joanne.
Okay, let me.
There you go. Yeah, whatever you do.
Let me go out and come back in.
Okay, sounds good. We'll be right with you there, Matthew. And Also, they're reminding me too, and I can't even remember all the stuff I'm on. Y'all would laugh if you saw my schedule. You'd be like, how in the world you think you're going to do all that?
Right.
So here it is for what's coming up. I'm just letting them know my stuff to Joanne. We are going to do a Spiritual Insights radio show. That is tomorrow, December 2nd, 2 p.m. Eastern. The call-in number is 347-934-0751. You can look up Spiritual Insights with Charlotte Spicer. And again, the phone number 347-934-0751. That's tomorrow at 2 p.m. And then the day after that, at 12 noon, I have the Mystical Matchmaker podcast, and that's with Marla Martinson. And again, the phone number for that is 347-215-6966. If you miss any of these, just email us. And then Friday, December 11th, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., I'll be in Tampa. And that is at Charlotte Timpone's office. It's called Swan Holistic Health Solutions. So get on that schedule if you can. It's 813-873-7773. And you can come see me live in person. Hell, we'll all wear 2 or 3 masks if we have to, no problem. All right, go ahead, Joanne. Matthew, December 14th.
Yeah, Matthew. This is kind of like I said, a lot of different things on the that you've had going on this year, and it could be like going from one thing to the next, or trying to manage different things. Like what Jimmy was just talking about, a schedule. Mine gets crazy like that too. Mm-hmm. But right now you're in December because it's October, November, December. It's kind of like decisions. You're going to have to weigh out of what you're going to do next, because next, when you hit January, you're going to go into a 4-year. And I believe so. Oh, I take that back. Let's see here. I take that back. You're going to go into an 8-year. So that'll be a very positive, prosperous cycle for you. So you need to take advantage of any opportunities that are presented to you. If you do come up with something where you have an impasse of an indecision, call me or Jimmy, and we will narrow it down. You know, if you've got 2 or 3 things that you're looking at.
Yeah, choices. That's great.
Definitely. But a very positive cycle as far as anything that has to do with a work situation or career situation. I feel really strong about that as you enter into the new year.
Love that.
And while you're in December, it's kind of like you might have a couple things that you're weighing out, you know, if you're going to stay where you're at or look into other things or putting resumes out or whatever. I think that's a good thing, because then you get to decide. You have choices. And I like the idea for you to have the choices that you're looking for. So don't have blinders on your eyes and don't have cotton in your ears, Matthew. That's the best thing I could say to you. Okay.
Be aware. Melissa B is next, and our final person of the day. I know we got a lot of folks with their hands up, but we only have so much time here, people, and we love you. Melissa Bryant. It's 03. It would be March 13th, 1970. Any messages for me? Thanks in advance. Melissa, March 13th, 1970. Okay. Hey, buddy. I'm saying hi to your husband. He was behind you. I'm waving to him. I love it. We're just a country kind of show here, folks. He's walking onto the set and doesn't even know it. Hey, buddy. Good to see you. I love it. I haven't seen him since pre-COVID days. All right. We'll see what Melissa has to allow here. That's right.
That's right.
Hey, Melissa.
What do you think?
I just want to tell you, because I haven't done your full chart, but I want to tell you from your birth date that in this lifetime, and I'm going to jump a little bit here, in this lifetime, you have to be very careful with alcohol, drugs, or even prescription medication. But you were taken out of your last life with alcohol or drugs. So in this lifetime, even at, like, let's say, oh, and I see this a lot. Oh, I don't drink. But guess what? They have all around them. They either have children or a mate or one of their best friends that got the problem, and they dump it on them. So I'm just trying to make you aware of that. This is a year that you're in right now. It's kind of like, it's been like constantly trying to keep things even and keep your wits about you. But I do feel that it's all about choices. You know, I'm a big believer in choices. Anything that you had to do, and you really need to pay attention to your gut, because your intuitive, don't dismiss it. There's no logic to my gift, and there's no logic to Jimmy's gift. Do you understand? If you're trying to make sense out of your gut feeling and you want to evaluate and weigh it, no, that's not how it is. It is what it is. You know, so it's your internal alarm system. Definitely something to do with family or a relationship that you're going through October, November, and December. And I would venture to say that you need to speak up and not try to just be the peacemaker or put things aside. I would definitely raise your hand and just say, I hear what you're saying. I'm not on that page. I hear what you're saying. I'm just, I just can't wrap my head around that. You've got to be able to speak up and draw your line in the sand a little bit here. It's not that you're confrontational. It's just that you're saying, I hear what you're saying. I'm just not on that page.
Melissa's writing back. So true. Melissa, you've got to reach out to Joanne, go deeper, get a private session. We're doing cursory things today. It's all about being of service and helping out folks. But, you know, if you really need some direction for next year or work, job, career, should I marry this person or not? Boy, that's where you're going to want to go deeper and at least spend the time. And that's psychicjoanneleo.com. You can always reach out to her there. And then same with the Gmail, psychicjoanneleo@gmail.com. Reach out to her there. Always a blast, Joanne. We love you. Thank you. I even got to see Frank. I love it. And Frank walked onto the set and didn't even know it. We love you, Frank. All right, folks. Stay in touch, everybody. That's my website there. Lots going on. It's the only way to keep up with it. The only way I can keep up with it is to get my newsletter. So there you go. It's nuts, but it's all good. Thanks, everybody. I want to wish everybody the rest of your life will be the best of your life. And remember to make progress every day.
And Merry Christmas, because I won't see you guys till
That's right.
January.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all of it. Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, all of it. Enjoy. Bye, everybody. We love you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Love you.
Become a Goldylocks Productions VIP patron. Receive exclusive access to live stream special and other epic perks. Join the Goldylocks Productions VIP community today.